little fun. And welcome to another episode. I just had to make a video about Ford because I believe Ford is really on fire. I don't care if you are not a Ford fan, you have to admit that they are doing a pretty darn good job. They have the Ford GT coming out, they have the Ford Raptor coming out. I mean, even their sedans, the Ford Taurus and the Fusion, look amazing. And then they have the car that I am most excited about, the Ford Focus RS. Now, when the Ford Focus ST came out, it set the world on fire. Like, people were not expecting that car when it came out. And also the Fiesta ST, which is also another really good car. Ford is also coming out with a Fusion Sport, but I don't think that car is going to be as exciting as like the Taurus SHO, because I mean I read about it and it just doesn't seem to be a pure sports sedan. It's more of like a performance package kind of a deal. I would think of it as like a Malibu LTZ kind of a deal, I believe. But this Ford Focus RS, I'm really excited about. I mean, 350 horsepower, 350 pounds-feet of torque, all-wheel drive, a drift button. I mean, come on, you have to have a drift button. It kind of uh, makes it less painful to for the Evo to go. As much as I love the Evo, I know a lot of Mitsubishi fans are really sad about that car, and it's a good competitor against the Subaru STI. Uh, I mean they have the Focus RS coming out. They also have the Ford GT, which is awesome looking. Some people are actually kind of disappointed in that car because it's a V6 with twin turbochargers. It's kind of the model for the whole EcoBoost kind of a thing that Ford has going on. I think it's a good idea. I mean, American vehicles have had a very bad reputation of not advancing in technology. Uh, I mean, for I don't know how long people have said American cars are always, big and dumb, and Americans can't do less than 8 cylinders, and they don't put out a whole lot of power with 8 cylinders. So I think it's a good thing that Ford is doing this whole V6 turbocharged thing. And before people say supercars don't have 6 cylinders, think of the old XJ220 that came out years and years ago. That had a twin turbocharged V6 ages ago, and look how much that car is worth now. I mean, that car is really respected. And I think the same thing is going to happen with the Ford GT in the future. I mean, it looks amazing. It sounds like it's going to have a ton of horsepower. The Ford Raptor has a EcoBoost motor in it also. I believe that car has like 400 horsepower, or I should say truck. It's aluminum, so it's lighter. I mean, I think every single car that Ford is producing right now is a home run. I am really shocked, though, that their stock market seems to be crashing on them. I don't really understand that. If there is any car left that I wish Ford would build, it would be a high performance Fusion, not one that is like an LTZ Malibu, but an actual hardcore performance sedan. Think of it like a M5 kind of competitor. I think that would be really cool, but I don't see them ever doing that. I mean, the Fusion is just such a good looking platform. It's kind of a shame that they don't do it. The car that I almost forgot to talk about, though, is probably the one that people are most excited about, and that is the Ford 350 that's coming out. Uh, it's that Mustang is really cool with the flat plane crank and all aluminum. I think it's got like what is it, a 8,500 RPM redline or something crazy like that. Uh, I and the price tag is extremely low, very low for what it is. I mean, I can't think of really one bad car. If you even the Fiesta is really good for its class, I think. And I'm not a just a Ford guy. As you guys know, I own all three. I own a Ford, I own a GM, and I own a Chrysler. So I love all the brands, but Ford just seems to be sticking out most to me. Chevrolet, their cars seem to be more or less the same. The Malibu looks a lot better now with this generation that's coming up. The Camaro, in my opinion, looks exactly the same. I don't know. I think it's an extremely lazy redesign. Uh, but they're trying to milk that what was the '67 Camaro look. Uh, I think it would have been really cool if they had done the second generation, just a more modern interpretation of the second generation. I think that would be really really cool, but they didn't do that. I think this new Camaro looks too much like the old Camaro. I know it's completely different. I know it's much much smaller, but I don't know. I just think that was a really lazy redesign compared to the redesign from the previous generation Mustang and the Mustang that we have now. That car looks completely different, but that Camaro looks exactly the same. We still have to wait for the next generation Challenger, which the rumor has it that that car is going to be much much smaller, which is kind of a shame because that car was always like the bigger one between the three in the pony car war. But I don't know. We'll see how that car turns out. But yeah, Chevrolet. I don't know. I mean, every car that they seem to be making right now seems to be kind of. They don't seem to stick out like the Ford models seem to be sticking out. Chrysler seems to be focusing all their attention on the mechanics of the car, like the Hellcats and stuff, because they're coming out with pretty much I think anything that they can stick a Hellcat motor in. I think they're gonna stick the Hellcat motor in because I mean you're coming out with a Hellcat Jeep, which is insane. But I wish they would actually come out with a off-road version of the Hellcat Jeep. I think that would be really cool. They could stick the Hellcat engine in like a Wrangler. That would be really cool. But every time, people come up with these ideas and they never do it. Like a lot of people have been wanting a Cummins powered Wrangler, and there are a lot of people that do conversions to make a Wrangler diesel power, but Chrysler seems to never do it. Just like the pickup truck Jeeps, it's just been announced though that Chrysler is going to produce a pickup truck Wrangler. I have no idea what that's going to look like. I don't know if it's going to be on this platform or if it's going to be on the platform that they are designing now. So the next generation Wrangler, I have no idea. But Chrysler seems to be just shoehorning that Hellcat engine to everything since everybody wants a 700 horsepower beast. I know it would be really kind of stupid to have a motor that big and tuned like that because I know the Hellcat motor is tuned for a higher RPM, and in off-roading situations you want all your power down low. But I'm sure they could retune it so that it would be able to do it. And I know for a fact that there is a market for a truck like that because look at the AMGs. And Jeep actually made a high-performance off-road Jeep years ago, the 5.9 on the ZJ platform. That was a really cool Jeep, and it's kind of sad that they don't produce another one like that. The SRT8 Jeep kind of replaced it, but you can't take that off-road. The 5.9 you could. So I mean, I wish they would do something like that. I don't know. We have to wait and see. Maybe Jeep has something in the pipeline for an off-road Hellcat. That would be really cool. But I don't know if I see that happening. I mean, Chrysler, they seem to be doing okay, I believe. Ford just seems to be sticking out most. I would say Ford is first place. Chrysler, I want to say they're second, but their reliability. Oh, God. I mean, Chrysler's. I could tell you some horror stories about Chryslers. It's going to take them a long time to live down that reliability issue. I know I own a Chrysler, but, and you knock on wood, it's actually been pretty darn good. But I mean, man, that modern Chrysler reliability is pretty darn bad. So I don't know if I would have put them in second place. Chevrolet, I know it's my taste. It's my taste. I'm not saying that they build bad cars, because they don't. It's just my taste. I just don't really see an attractive Chevy right now. The Malibu, the new Malibu that's coming out, looks really good, but the rest of the car, I mean, even the SS, it's really, really plain. We will see how how everything will turn out, because it is the beginning of 2016, so we don't know which cars are going to be successful and which ones are not. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to try to make better videos, try to get my quality up. I'm still, testing the waters on producing these. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, please like. I'll see you guys next time.